Hi there, Libra. Thank you for joining me for your monthly forecast for July. The month begins with a cluster of energy in the part of your horoscope that's the most prominent area that there can be. This cluster or stellium of planets of the Sun, Mercury and Venus, your ruler, are really encouraging you to raise your profile and let people know just how talented you are. Some Libran people can be thinking about applying for new jobs, changing the particular skill set they have through retraining, or perhaps doing something completely different. Then again, perhaps you want to take on more responsibility, or take on a role which is more outside of work, but still chasing ambitions and goals, but ones which are more personal rather than professional. And all of this energy is boosted on the back of a new moon which occurs on the 4th. This is going to be good because it's going to help you to unify your drive and also your emotional sense to get the right kind of opportunities to open up for you. If you are very much minded to do something for yourself in terms of self-employment, this is a great time to reach out, talk to influential people, and find ways in which you can communicate the services and products that you can make or provide that can really interest people. So if you're putting together a new website or a new CV, it really wouldn't be a surprise. But the other thing that I feel continues to be part of this is the role of Neptune, which is very much to do with being of service to people in an intuitive way. But Neptune also has a more negative link all through this month in its continuing right angle with Saturn, the planet of structure, which is potentially going to affect your nervous system and your energy. So although you could set yourself some big goals and be determined to change things for the better, you also need to go about things in a way which is methodical and gives yourself some time to rest, because the right angle between Saturn and Neptune can be very draining, and it's going to go on right through to the time of your birthday. So just be conscious of really focusing on the things that are essential and not spreading yourself too thin. And part of that is not getting caught up in scenarios where you're always being too much of a good egg, but sacrificing your own goals in the process. So there's a bit of a juggling act here about being sensitive, compassionate, especially if you work in anything to do with healthcare, public services. Then tune in to the potential that can come from these job areas, but at the same time you have to protect your own personal interests within this. So that's going to take a little bit of energy. And this is underlined particularly between the 4th and the 11th, when the Sun and Pluto go face to face. There could be someone quite close to you who's not very encouraging or supportive of some of the goals and ambitions you have, and that could lead to an outright argument. Yours is a cardinal sign, and people sometimes forget that about you. Yes, you can be hugely diplomatic and flexible and obliging and very much a people pleaser, but if it does feel that everything you want to do is sacrificed on someone else's agenda close to you, that could really frustrate you enormously, and this could see you being much more direct in how you feel. But once your ruler Venus moves on the 12th, you have an opportunity to articulate yourself in a much more crafted, considered way. Your talent for networking, for friendliness, is emphasized even more once Mercury moves into the same location of Leo on the 14th. This suggests that it's not just what you know that counts, but who. Now, nepotism is alive and kicking, even though there may be lots of people who would like to feel it's not. And someone could tell you about an opportunity, put in a good word for you, or perhaps you're going to play the role of mentor. But getting together with other people in some kind of collective can actually strengthen your position hugely, whatever goals or ambitions you're trying to chase down. With Venus and Mercury also forging fine links with Saturn in the middle of, the 3rd week of this month, some conversations you have can prove to be very reassuring. You can get a firmer picture of where things stand, and that can really help to drive you on. However, the Sun is opposed by the full moon on the 18th, but that in turn forges a really strong link to Mars. Now, Mars is in the part of your horoscope to do with finances, and it's going to be there right through till the 2nd of August when it moves back into your sector of everyday communications to support Saturn. So if you do have an opportunity to go for a big chance, but it does require you to be authoritative, to be bold, and not overanalyze something, that full moon could be quite crucial. But once the Sun pitches up on the 22nd into Leo, then I do feel that you may want to have some time to maybe have a little bit of a change of scene, a change of dimension, if it has been very full on in terms of your responsibilities, or attending interviews, doing presentations, anything where you're very much in the spotlight. Well, that's going to be a big part of the first 2/3 of this month. So the last third, I feel, can see you just wanting to have a lot more playtime. Do things that are more sociable. Give yourself a bit of slack. And I think that can rejuvenate you in a really positive way. If you are footloose and fancy free, you never know what may come about by attending some kind of gathering. And your ability to get along with lots of different types of people is definitely going to come to the fore as this month draws to a close, even if Mercury does move into a more thoughtful and reflective location on the very last day of July. But the Sun also forges an important link to Saturn in the last 4 days of July. And another conversation you have then can again be very, very reassuring for you. It can help you to feel that you're part of something that's bigger, more important than just an individual. And that's something that actually could really excite you. Perhaps it's going to be about working within some kind of team where the structure of that team allows you to be yourself, but also come together with other like-minded people. And that may be really what you're after. Goal chasing may be very much to the fore at the start of the month, and it may be that you're going to have to be very strong in terms of dealing with some challenges. But by the end of the month, it's going to be celebrating the connections you have with others and the things you share in common, which is going to be so important. It's going to be been a real pleasure being with you, Libra. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.